At Student Forum, students came to us and asked if we can have more involvement on the nights out and entertainment side of what we do commercially here at the Union. So taken away from that, we've now set up the Commercial Committee. The Commercial Committee will comprise of people from on Board of Trustees and Union Affairs Committee. We'll set up basically a subgroup, and we'll talk about all our commercial outlets as an organisation. So we'll talk about bars, we'll talk about entertainments, we'll talk about shops, we'll talk about catering, to make sure we're getting a broader student input into all the things we are doing commercially here at LSU. Students asked why sober duty people during freshers weren't breathalysed. This was due to the increased numbers of under 18s we had this year. We had over 50 of them, and the security staff were working their hardest to make sure those guys were breathalysed, and I think it was more of a last minute resort that the sober duty people didn't. Next year we're going to ensure that these people are doing that as well, and we're going to work with the hall chairs to ensure, and the hall committees to ensure that they are giving their input into freshers, and also they're making sure that their risk assessments are in line with ours to make sure the health and safety things are all covered on their backs, and the sober duty people are necessarily covered and will be given the right things for them to move forward with as well. Students asked if Regulation 19 can be clarified and can be put across all student-led groups across the Union, so in societies and sport as well. From this, we set up a meeting with Manuel Alonso, who's Director of Student Services, and we basically sat down with him and tried to work out where we need to go in terms of clarifying what Regulation 19 is. We're going to get hall chair involved in this, we're going to get AU club chairs involved and society chairs as well, to make sure we're getting the whole student body behind us on this and making sure that we get the right regulation there to be in place to make sure that people understand it when they come onto the committee position and then they can actually use it for their benefit moving forward. Students asked whether there'd be more allocation for rooms for freshers in hall next year. This is already something that's happening with the university. Given the greater demand this year with higher student recruitment numbers, the university are looking at the spread and the allocation of numbers of returners within rooms. Also, the students asked if the rooms could be better spread with returners to make sure that some freshers aren't going to an all returner block and vice versa. So we're just looking at that as well. The university are looking into this, and in my next meeting with Ellie Roberts in the next month, I'll be sitting down and making sure that this is something that we are looking into, because especially now with increased student numbers and making sure we have less students out of campus, making sure they're on campus and enjoying the full Loughborough experience.